Kingdom of Hungary had stood strong for centuries. It stretched from the high mountains in the north to the southern borders near Belgrade. Cities prospered, the nobility competed for power, and few noticed the approaching threat. Meanwhile, in the south, the power of the Ottoman Empire was steadily growing. With the fall of Belgrade, the Turks gained an open road into the heart of the kingdom, and reports began arriving from the borderlands of burned villages, abducted people, and an army advancing ever closer. In April of the year of our Lord, 1526, Sultan Suleiman III marched out from Constantinople at the head of a vast army. Only a few months later, on the marshy plain near Mohács, the fate of the entire Kingdom of Hungary was decided. 90 minutes of battle darkened the sun over the land for the next 150 years. The Kingdom of Hungary had already been deeply divided long before Mohács, and even this catastrophe failed to unite it. The death of King Louis sparked a struggle for the crown between John Zápolyá and Ferdinand of Habsburg. Civil war, ambitions for power, and an enemy beyond the borders created fertile ground for the Ottomans, who were able to launch raids almost with impunity, even into the territory of present-day Slovakia. After the failed siege of Vienna in 1529, they invaded the Vág and Nitra regions a year later, reducing more than 100 villages and towns to ashes, including Bojnice and Prievidza. Yet during those years, the Kingdom of Hungary was capable not only of defending itself, but also of striking back. A great triumph came with the recapture of Esztergom in 1595, when imperial forces cut the fortress off from supplies along the Danube, and the troops of Nicholas Pulfi destroyed the Ottoman fortifications at Parkani. After unsuccessful counterattacks, the Turks retreated, and church bells rang throughout the land as a sign of great victory. But the peace did not last long. In 1599, Crimean Tatars in the service of the Sultan invaded the territory of Slovakia, devastating the valleys of the Var, Nitra, and Hron rivers, taking thousands of people into slavery, and burning 102 villages in the Gemer region. The Turkish saber was at its sharpest in the middle of the 17th century, when Grand Vizier Ahmed Koprulu marched against the fortress of Nove Zamki. Its commander, Adam Forgash, was deceived by false reports of a defeated enemy, and on the 6th August 1663 near Parkani, his army was crushed by the overwhelming Ottoman forces. The year 1683 ultimately marked the beginning of the decline of Ottoman power. Grand Vizier Kara Mustafa led a 200,000-strong army to Vienna, and the city stood on the brink of collapse. When capitulation seemed inevitable, the forces of Charles of Lorraine and the Polish King John III Sobieski arrived to help, inflicting a crushing defeat on the Ottomans on 12th September and forcing them to retreat.